Hey everybody, welcome back to another recap of 90 Day Fiance the other way. It's really hard to watch this show after you watch before the 90 because it's not enough mess.
It's
There's
not.
mess, it's
It's
just
mess.
not enough, you know?
It's not. We we
Um
we we were, but we have some though.
yeah, I'm just saying it's just comparable to before the 90 day. It's just, it's hard to combat with like a horny chicken, you
No,
know what I
it
mean?
is. It's like eating food in the UK. This one here,
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
eating somewhere
Yes.
delicious. Yeah, or anywhere
Dicey.
else. Yeah.
Let's get Shekinah and Sarper out the way because nothing actually really happened with them.
No.
So we're at Met Istanbul, which I thought was funny. At Met Istanbul, where Shekinah is getting out of surgery for her rhinoplasty, aka nose job.
Uh huh.
Sarper is not only Sarper, but production and everybody's treating this like she's had fucking
Yeah.
angioplasty
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
fucking open heart
Yeah.
surgery or whatever
It
the
was
fuck.
very,
It,
a fucking quintuple bypass. I was like,
yeah.
get the fuck out of here with this. I.
Yeah, he's helping her walk like a fucking fawn. Like it's just it was ridiculous, but he was just like, I'm gonna be the best nurse I can be. And low key, he does look like a nurse.
He could be.
You
He could
know,
be. He could
but
be.
and she's like all open and like, oh my god, I'm so
That
alive.
was
And
I
that
was
was
like,
funny.
oh, delusional per usual, because
Yeah,
she's like, oh my god, like she started getting emotional, tearing up. He's taking such good care of me, and this is such a change, and it's such an opening to see what our future's gonna look like. I say, you just got out of surgery like 15 minutes ago.
yeah. Like, what are you doing
When this nigga starts fucking up again now, you're gonna be
in a week
big
when y'all finally get
irritated
home?
because you motherfucking gave him everything in the first 15 minutes of getting out of the surgery.
Mm-hmm. But we can move on from them. I know I would like to end with Josh and Lily today. Are you
Sorry.
okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was the center stage, and I was like, "What is this?"
Oh, it does the little Kim thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned it off. Oh, Josh and Lily and Virginia.
Yeah.
What's her name? Vivian.
Vivian.
The Viv.
I'll keep them at the end. So let's move to James and Tatha.
Oh yeah.
Um, so like,
Oh God.
culture is a funny thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's
and
interesting.
I don't know if things are cultural or some parents are just control freaks, right?
I think it's cultural.
I don't know. So like, they're going on a food tasting, right? And for the last few episodes, James has let us know that his father-in-law has big expectations for this wedding.
Yeah.
That they're supposed to have. I did not know, or the audience did not know, that he expects, at least on their side of the family, 3,000 people. That's the country of Indonesia.
Like that's crazy by
Like-
standards anywhere. That's crazy.
Like that's 3,000.
And you expect
What?
all
That's
of
an
them
arena.
to be invited?
How do you even get in contact with three people? Like with 3,000 people?
My parents weren't invited to my wedding. I'm just playing, but 3,000 like cousins and waywards here, there, and everywhere. Nah, I don't see 3,000 people coming up and helping with these motherfucking banana chips.
Right.
It ain't 3,000 niggas coming through with that. So what's happening, child?
I don't understand. I don't get it. But anywho, they do the tastings. I thought the chicken was lovely.
The
They
fact
had
that
a
there's
spread.
different kinds of chickens.
Yes.
I mean, I
Now,
know.
I'm gonna
we
be
do.
honest.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought the cheaper option looked tastier than the village chicken, which was pricier. Which it was just, but my thing, it was just basic fried chicken, which is fine. But like the other one was a dish, and like I could see why it would be cheaper, but it just looked more flavorful.
No,
To
I
me,
thought
but
it was
whatever.
from two different places.
Oh
Because they
well,
said village chicken and they said I
something
don't know,
else
free
chicken.
range or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the village chicken, they was like, niggas don't like the village chicken as much. And I was like, is that the poor chicken? I was like, I mean, I know we have fryers and like, but
Yeah.
America is such trash compared to everybody else. Y'all get to pick what kind of chicken you want. It tastes different. We don't even know that.
No, not at all.
Sucks.
Unless you raise it yourself, unless you get like farm to table, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then you taste the difference for sure.
Yeah. But of course her daddy wants the more expensive thing. You know, like we want this at the wedding. And so there's a moment where James talks about spiciness and the spice level. Now, we all joke and say, how white folks can't handle spice or whatever. But I will say foreign spice is very different than what you might get accustomed to. You might like hot shit in America, but when you go to a foreign country,
I'm going to be
big
honest with
yikes.
you, friend. You're not the spiciest person. You're not the biggest fan of spice. And so I
I
wouldn't
like spice.
you told me that Popeye's spicy chicken got too spicy for you. And that's when I knew that we were
No,
very different.
Popeye's spicy chicken got too spicy for my asshole, not for me.
Well, then I don't know how you gonna handle We are different. We see spice very different. I recognize I see spice very different from a lot of my friends.
Okay.
I do think that Indonesia is that level of heat where niggas be like,
Yeah.
this is heat.
So he's sitting down. Everybody they're having lively conversation. Everybody's in a good mood.
Yeah.
And so James thinks it's a good idea to sully it with his wife's request. So like a few days ago, off camera, or where they do like 3 days ago or whatever the fuck, she tells him that he needs to come clean with her parents about not wanting to have children, because when they do get married, that they're going to keep pressuring them to have children. And James was like, so? Like, they could pressure all they want.
He's like, my
but,
parents
like,
hate me right now. It don't make me no never mind.
it don't make me no never mind. So, and his wife is like a chihuahua, not in a dog sense, but how she just nips at your ankles until you just do something. You're just like, fucking fine. So, yeah, and so he decides to tell them at the wedding food tasting that hey, I don't really want kids right now, dog. And so her parents were like, so when you have children, like, but he was like, but the world is crazy right now.
And he was not. And I was like, I feel that. I feel it.
Yeah. Now, when I was watching this earlier, I was watching with Chris Rogers, and he was listening to Jay's excuses. He was like, why he giving him the gay excuse? Like, I'm just working on my family. I'm just working on me right now.
I'm just going to school right
He was
now.
like, yeah, I'm just focused on school right now.
They found a happy medium, though, when the mother was like, it doesn't have to be now. Like, eventually.
Yeah.
And this is what tells me that this nigga really doesn't want kids.
Or kids with her.
No, I think he don't want kids. I think he really loves that girl. But I don't think he wants kids. And I'm just curious. I'm like, I know why I know the world is crazy. I'm just curious to know I want to know your, you know what I'm saying? Viewpoint.
Yeah.
On all of this. Like, do you really think the world is crazy? Do you really just don't want fucking kids? And you can't say out of your mouth, what the fuck? My cat. She got the zoomies.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is going on?
She got the yeah. She's running back and forth.
Okay.
Like, do you really think the world is crazy? Are you pro-Palestine? Like, I just...
like, I think it's just very weird when white people talk about like being on the right side of things. I'm like, what does that mean to you?
I'm like, where do the cracks?
Like,
Something's gonna crack here, and you gonna show your true colors. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
I don't know, and a part of me agrees with him, right? But also, the world has never been in a place that's been appropriate to raise children, and you know what I mean. The world has always been hateful. So
agreed.
I don't.
But we got some extra sauce, gravy, and sprinkles right now that is like,
Yeah, but then I always say people. It's all relative, right? Like, because
yeah,
people could probably have said the same thing during Vietnam. They
yeah,
probably said the same thing during Cold War, during Korea War, during hell slavery. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's all
yeah.
relative to us.
I'm like, is there another time in history where we've actively watched groceries go up day by day in price? Like, you can't
No, I
even
think
feed
I
these little
think
niggas.
no. I also think James, because they result in this thing like, oh, maybe I'll change my mind once I get my finances together. Like they get that discussion going, and I'm like, yeah, that's probably it. Like you stressed it, you can't focus on shit because you poor, and
That's
that's
all,
real
but
as
that's
fuck.
also not just the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was like,
Yeah,
do you? I need more from you than these little flimsy ass surface level things that you're saying. Like, I want to
you got to
know.
give us a full PowerPoint
Yeah, I'm like,
presentation
I
as
want
to
to,
why.
especially as a nigga who was considering having a second child and
Hmm.
have had to, switch up that mentality real fast with everything going
Hmm.
on. I'm like, I know why I make the decisions I make. I want to know about you. And then if it is really about finances, is that the world? No, it's not the world. That's your finances. So I need more from
Hmm.
you, white man, with your
Yeah,
your degrading plaque on your teeth.
yeah. But that was them,
He needs some
honestly.
calcium. Yes.
Yeah, Dempsey and Statler.
Oh yes.
So the lesbians.
Oh.
Um, oh boy. So they've been globetrotting for the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and with the last 2 weeks, that's I believe that's the time that Statler has moved to the UK, and they have gotten
Yeah.
all their travels and things. And so she took 2 weeks off so she could get acclimated and accustomed to van living.
Yep.
Um, However, she goes back to work this week,
Uh huh.
and they are in the middle of France,
Yeah.
not like Chamonix or
Chamonix.
Chamonix, as if you would say that in English, but Chamonix. Um, th- this episode confirmed that Dempsey is totally a user, and that Statler is totally a loser.
I was like, this is a combo, cause
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, friend.
N- No, no, no. They're both in the wrong here.
Yeah.
I do think Dempsey. I'm confirmed that Dempsey is a user. It's just
Sure.
Statler is a problem
No,
herself. So like,
Statler's the biggest problem to me personally.
yeah. So like, Statler got to go to work and she don't have internet. She also didn't get the right adapters because she forgot that when you go to a different country, they have different outlets and things.
Mm-hmm.
So she's being a bitch to Dempsey,
Yeah.
being like despondent and all sorts of things. And Dempsey is like, "Can I get like a moment?" Like, and you see in a montage before that is Dempsey always driving.
Yep.
So she's been putting pedal to the metal all through the fucking Austria like a goddamn Sound of Music
Yep.
character.
Yep.
And so she's like, "Can I just get a moment? I want to read War and Peace to my fucking self." And here you go, barking at me.
As she always is
Orders.
doing.
Yeah, it's always a bark, never an ass.
Uh-uh.
So she can't find Wi-Fi, so they gotta drive a little bit closer, and they just pull up to somebody's rando crib and like siphon their Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
like gas.
Yeah.
And so Statler's making a list of all the things that they need to get, and Dempsey's like, "Let me get out of here before I curse this bitch out." So she eventually gets herself together and goes to town.
Yeah, to go get all the things Statler needs.
Now, right. Now, Dempsey made a very valid point.
Was that public service announcement?
That was very much yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay.
Which is following me recently. Did I send that video to you?
No.
Of public service announcement performing at a dice game or in the back of a Goodwill. I don't know. The comments were hilarious. But they were performing Yippee-Yi-Yo, and it was like, Unc. That song is following me right now in 2024. That's why I was like, was that public service announcement? Because if that was, this is crazy, and I'm being haunted by an early 90s R&B group. Like,
yeah, that's so random.
I think one of the members died too. Like, why are you haunting me? What is it? What do you want? I'll give it to
God. That's so funny. So, Dempsey, okay, I'll answer that later.
Okay.
So, Dempsey in the confessional is like, look, she has 2 weeks off. Why didn't she handle this shit or figure out that she
that
needed
was
X,
my
Y,
fucking
and motherfucking
point.
Z?
I was like, when y'all were in
she
Paris,
knew she had to start work.
Y'all were in London, you were in Paris, you were in the big cities where you can easily hop over to whatever their version of Best Buy is. But you literally waited until the morning you were supposed to start work, and you're not even driving. You're not even driving. Yeah, you funding this shit, but you're not driving. You've got ample time to research how to make sure that you have strong Wi-Fi connection for work. You could have tested this shit out multiple times. You didn't do that. And I hate people who, when they're ready to to get going on some shit, everybody's supposed to get ready to get going on some shit. Like, nah. That's not how this works. Dog. So that's where I was like, yes, Dempsey's a bit of a loser. She is, and a user. But Statler is a fucking nightmare. And she's abusive.
Yeah. Because she weaponizes her own mental illness a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
So, also, Statler's misogyny kicked in this episode. Because she was like, I thought she was supposed to be a van wife, and I was supposed to bring home the bacon. She's not doing her wifely duties. And I was like, well, queen, you're the dummy who took a cash advance from your job to pay for this van.
Yeah.
That you fake don't remember the agreement towards, right?
Because the other part of this is that she has to now, I guess, I don't know how this worked out. You knew you were leaving, but now she has to work for 30 days straight, weekends included, to catch up on work she missed. But all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't get to enjoy any of the beautiful things we're going to see. You knew what your duties are and what you have to do. You knew you were coming on this trip. What was your fucking plan?
What nan?
And then you get mad at everybody because the plans that you never put into motion fall through because you don't plan them out. And you would think with this neurotic ass personality, she would be a little bit tighter in how she handles things, but she's not. She's not preventative at all.
No, she's very sloppy and lax in life things that you would think that she would be the one to be on top of.
Yep.
Like, I expect a lot of this behavior from Dempsey more than I would from her.
Yeah.
You know, based off of how she presents herself.
Yeah.
Or they both present themselves. And we didn't even mention, like, Dempsey had a wang dang motherfucking doodle through the fucking Swiss Alps.
As she should have.
In
shorts.
In shorts.
The bitch was alive with the sound of music, okay?
Yes. It was, she had a time.
What's
she was
the thing that you go, what's the thing?
She was yodeling.
Yeah, but what's you know, when you go up the little,
The gondola.
Yeah, there we go. No, that's a boat.
No, they do call it like the gondolas. Because that's what they called in Queens when you go to Governor's Island.
Now, why
it's
the
gondola
fuck
ride.
would you? No, that is not a gondola. Is it?
I understand what you mean.
Oh, it is. You're right. It's a gondola lift.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I was mistaken. Apologies.
And the reason why I know is because on Amazing Race, every season they got to take a gondola somewhere. So I'm like,
So we got gondola boats and gondola lifts. Stupid.
mm-hmm.
Make another word. Don't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had a
who
blast.
booked
She
that.
went touring and taking pictures. She was like, that bitch got Wi-Fi for now. She'll be all right. And then Statler's nasty ass when she was like, well, were you happy with the break without me? And she's like, yeah, I really was. I was like, why do you want to be in love with this girl? She's nasty.
Yeah.
She is nasty
Yeah.
with her big teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, she is very rude.
She is nasty. She got nasty. Like, this is not loving. It's not lovely. And Dempsey's a user and you know, a fucking fairy. But she's not nasty.
No. She's just whimsical.
She's whimsical as fuck. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because my note says she had a day of whimsy.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what happened.
What's that bitch? Child's name online? Whimsy Lou. That one who I was telling you the other day. I just Whimsy Lou, nigga. Whimsy Lou.
Why would you name your okay?
No, I'm gonna start screaming it again. Oh, just over and over again. Whimsy Lou, Whimsy Lou. Like it's
So random.
Anyway, yeah, I've had enough of them.
So, last but not least, but definitely the biggest story of this episode, Josh and Lily, and
honey.
Big Viv.
White on white crime. Like,
yeah, it was high drama. It was everything you wanted out of like a. It is so funny that Chinese people are so proper because they had like the most dramatic, intense moment.
They did.
But it was so proper, and I was like, "This is a little uncomfortable."
Nothing brought me more joy though than the daughter, like them having a bleep Chinese curses. I was like, "How you say fucking Chinese?" Like, no, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh God. So, yes, let's get into the game.
So, Josh takes Jared to the mall because Vivian, Lily's daughter, is coming into town.
The Viv!
Yes, the Viv. From the jump, we know that the Viv hates Josh.
Yeah.
Like very much like every season or of every Matt Sharp show, there's one person in the storyline that actively hates. Like we have Donna from Matt and Louie. You know, like they're like super bitches. Always one.
Yeah.
Like if Josh has no more haters, it's because Vivian has died.
It's because Vivian died. Yeah.
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 She's 27 and she's an actress. And her and Lily are very close, and so like, which is important to say because whenever her and Josh are going through it, she runs to Vivian, and Vivian feels as though like,
where's your nigga?
You need to work this out with your husband.
Yeah.
Like, what do I got to do with it?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like we cool, but like, I think I should do with me.
Yeah.
And she realizes that her mother is in a marriage with somebody who doesn't truly really love her.
Yeah, she thinks he's a loser with a high sense of self.
Yes, and that's actually what he is.
Ooh, baby,
and we called it too.
Ooh, we did.
He a little bit of a is.
I say everything that he is a fetishizer.
Yeah.
He's a fetishizer.
Yeah, we learned that. And I called it. I was like, something tells.
I told anytime a white man deals with an Asian woman, I'm always looking at them sideways. Until you are guilty until proven innocent.
Right. So Vivian gets over and she comes over. She's going around her mom's house. And she was like, oh, this is cute because she ain't seen her mom in 8 months because she's working. You know, she's working late because she's an actor. Mm-hmm. So then she was like...
Vivian is a stripper. No, I'm just playing.
Like, Vivian was just looking around like, you did all this for him? And what he do? And she was like, well, nothing really. She was like, so he did put no nail. Did he provide emotional support for you?
She was like, okay, slow down, girl. He wasn't here. She was like, okay,
Right.
well, he didn't provide emotional support because, bitch, you was calling me on my phone. You was on my line every day. Like, she was like, well, if it ain't this, then it's that.
Yeah, like she came in. There was never moments of like.
She
whoa,
is not
was
letting
hot.
him have it and good.
No. And then, because me and Vivian made the same face when Lily was like, well, first of all, let's tell the tea, right? So there was another woman. So on WeChat, that's how they were communicating. I guess Josh had posted a picture of him and this Vietnamese lady.
Her name was Flo with a PH.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that took me down. I took myself down. Because she Vietnamese.
Yeah. So, like, he told Lily that that was his friend that passed away.
Y'all, let me find out a nigga lied on my life. Like, I'm gonna die for real and haunt you. Like,
I'm gonna die on purpose just to haunt the rest of your life.
God, don't lie on my life, nigga. What? You know, my death? Like,
like, that's wild.
That's so crazy.
And later we found out Josh was like, well, I said she was dead to me. And I was like, nigga, no, you can't do that.
Then he finally told the truth, nigga.
Right. So then where I said me and Vivian made the same face because Lily was trying to defend him, she was like, well, Josh is afraid of loneliness. Afraid of loneliness? Like, what? What?
Bitch.
What that got to do with anything?
Bitch.
You up here spending your life savings and then some.
And I be laughing at his gargoyle brother who's over there like,
yeah, because the whole time Jared is like putting two and two together and realizing
processing.
like,
my brother is a fuck nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Josh, you had a problem.
Yeah.
I see it now.
Yeah.
So they get to the meetup. They all meet up. They're all at dinner together, right? And Jared is trying to smooth things over because Vivian comes in hot. She's like, I don't really want to talk to you, but like, hey, whatever, we here.
Oh,
And
hold on, pause. We also find out, because this is important, we also find out that when she asked him about the Vietnamese lady, that he would not answer her. Before he told her she was dead and it was a friend, he just would not say anything. And so that's
He
where
didn't come clean until the dinner table.
So Vivian was like, okay, if you're not gonna answer her, then you gonna answer me. And that's when Jared was like, Vivian asked you a question and you coming at Lily, so you need to answer Vivian's question. But continue. I thought that was important to add.
Yeah, so like there was a point where they broke up, right? And however, actually, let me back up. Josh had this idea that because they were a long distance, he didn't know where it was going, so he dated multiple people.
Multiple Asian people.
Yes. And whereas when they broke up, for a brief moment in time, Lily had entertained an American for a little while. But not until after they broke up, because Lily is very much like, I can't date multiple people at once. I'm a one nigga woman. So, like, I'm not you.
I can see that.
So at the dinner table, Vivian was like, well, I know the bitch you was fucking. like, she was like, I did my research.
She said, I know the lady from Vietnam, and she ain't dead.
And so Lily is really trying to, like, put two and two together. She gets it, and she's trying to hold herself together at the table because they in public.
Yeah.
And Jared catches on, and is just like, huh. Like, you're, like, Josh and Jared get into an argument because Jared is like, you're being awful and rude, and you're not addressing this, and you're splitting hairs, and you're doing X, Y, and Z. And Josh became very defensive, and he was like, you're supposed to be on my side. And Josh was like,
Jared said, everybody at this table is on one accord and you on another. So what does that tell you? And we really see Josh got a problem. He got a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Lily is talking about canceling the wedding. Because she was like, at the dinner table, she's like, well, we should just figure it out if we're going to cancel this shit or not.
Yeah, I need time to think on what this is. Like, your own brother, you just got into it with your own brother in front of me. I got some things to think about.
And then come to find out in the next episode, he been there for however long, and they still ain't bumped uglies yet. And I'm wondering, I'm like, is it because, like, medically you can't? Because that's something you can address, right? You know, he's a gentleman of a particular age. Well, you don't even have to be a particular age to have ED. But, like, you know what I mean? Like,
maybe.
Or is it just you not into her and you try to fuck on somebody else now that you got a free ride to,
I think this nigga is trying to go find him some other lady. Because, that was another thing Vivian asked. She said, so, because when she first came in, she was like, so how are you liking China? He's like, I love it here. She's like, yeah, so do you love my mom or you love it here? And Jared was like his face said, valid question, because I think he also knows his brother got a thing. In an unhealthy manner. So we'll see what happens. But Vivian came to shake shit up, and he tries to put it on her too. Your daughter wants to ruin everything, and it's like you are letting your nasty fly.
Yeah, he boldly said, I told you your daughter was going to come here to ruin our marriage. And it was like, how? And he said that in front of everybody. Because that's when Jared came in and was like, what?
Like, you are wilding right now. What are you doing? What are you doing right now? I was really... It is nice to see family put family in their place, but it's really something special to watch a white man put another white man in their place. Because they don't do that enough. And so I was like, if he sits him and lets him get away with this shit, that speaks to your character. But I see why Lily would hit him and like talk to him, because this is crazy. This is crazy. You trying to, and you lie. And she said it. She said, you're flat out lying on me. I wasn't talking to that man. I started talking to that man after you posted that bitch. After we didn't date for 4 months. And when we started dating, I cut off communication. He's like, oh, there was messages in the dating app. She's like, no, there wasn't. You're making that up. Nasty work. I hope she cancels it and he don't have no way back to America and ends up having to sell his ass on the streets of China.
Ooh.
That's what I hope.
Wow. That was them for today. Next week, Corona's Black Girl unleashes, and so can't wait to see that.
You look like you were drawn with feet, and you got the nerve. Yeah, to
play me, and also I just because see, it's a self read too, right? Because it's like, no, you chose to be with this nigga that looked like he was drawn from memory, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Everybody,
that was a
quick exercise. Grab a pencil, put it in between your big toe and the one next to it. Get a piece of paper, and there you go.
Inky. Until next time, friends. Bye.